Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Continuing our coverage of the new cards released, we are going to be taking a look at the DEOXYS VSTAR this time around. Now this card with the Psychic Javelin attack, pretty interesting. Does 190 damage, and this attack also does 60 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon V. And then you have the Star Force attack doing 60 damage, or VSTAR power rather, doing 60 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So can be sort of a nice finisher, and especially when Pokemon have 3 energies attached themselves, or even 2, and you have your 3 or 2, you're within the 300 to 360 range, which is ideal, right? Outside of that, we are going to be pairing that with the Lost Zone engine to power up, and we do get to use Radiant Greninja and Sableye as well for the bench damage to synergize with the Psychic Javelin attack. That's going to be the goal of the deck. To have the standard Lost Zone engine cards, Colress, Mirage Gates, the Comphase, and a bunch of switching cards, the Battle VIP passes, the 6-7 for extra damage counters, the Cramorant to lead with a bunch of energies as well, and Boss's Orders to make sure that we're making or getting the most damage out of Psychic Javelin. So let's jump into the ladder, see what we can do with this deck. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it, and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. So we start with a decent hand. We have the Battle VIP pass, we have access to a Colress, we have energy to draw cards with Radiant Greninja if necessary. It would be lovely to be able to take a knockout on the Comphase with Cramorant this turn, and we are playing against Giratina VSTAR, so that's gonna be very scary, especially when your opponent just starts with double VIP pads immediately. What the heck is this start? My opponent's hand just completely broken. I do have the possibility to use Radiant Greninja myself against them. And what a start. Yeah, generally what a start. To the point where they can Lost Zone a turn 1 battle VIP pass. Just like that. Wow. I am very jealous. Not gonna lie. That is Ordinary Rod and an energy in the Lost Zone. Wow. Really impressive. Alright, so we're gonna start off with these two. You know what? I'm just gonna grab the bubble coffee. And then unfortunately I do have to hope that I hit one of my switching cards, either Escape Ropes or Switches or the Air Balloon, so I can get that DEOXYS out of the active and actually get cards into Lost Zone. Unfortunately for me though, that's just not gonna happen. Alright, definitely want to conserve this, definitely want to keep the 6-again, and I'm guessing the Ordinary Rod. Really not in a good spot, however. Okay. I guess I can give up on these two for now. And yeah, that's what I thought. My Radiant Greninja is priced. So now I'm literally dead drawing. Oh my. Yeah, this is why I don't get back-to-back debates like other top players. These hands, this absolutely happens in real life too. My starts versus those starts, and like it always feels like I'm almost there, I'm almost getting there, that something fails at the end, or I like the small or big disadvantage that I had in the beginning, just too impossible to overcome. So now they're at 7. So now they're gonna have the option to either take 2 prizes with Radiant Greninja or knock out the Deoxys. But generally, like, if I was playing Giratina, right, if this was a Giratina mirror match, like, the matchup here, like, the problem is not the card, right? Like, maybe Giratina's attack would have been better here than just attach passing, right? But outside of that, this, like, I would not be beating anything, right? This is not a reflection of the Deoxys deck or Deoxys' potential, which I don't think is very good anyways. But this is a reflection of poor draws more than anything else, you know? Alright, everyone has now slowed down. Okay. So, it seems like my opponent might have overdone it with their resources or whatnot. I mean, I appreciate that. An energy top deck. So they generally sort of wasted their attack, right? Okay. So I need a switching card so that I can somehow get the first 2 prizes here. But of course, that's just not gonna happen. Ugh. So frustrating, dude. Small glimmer of hope. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. What are you thinking? The faintest glimmer of hope? No. Anyways. Definitely think my opponent overextended big with the resources, with the less than ideal choices. Like, I don't know what they're holding, but clearly they're not immediately useful cards that they've been using to win, right? Because they didn't take a KO last turn. Or 2 KOs, which would have been even better. So... Alright. I feel like DEOXYS VSTAR's V-Star attack might actually come into play here. Would actually be pretty funny. Yeah, that free turn for my opponent is just completely brutal. Like, can't punish poor play. I just can't. Not with this hand, I can't. What is going on? Jeez. Oh, God. Like, I had to bench Luminion as well. They've, like, they're down to 9 cards. I have 30. And we run the exact same engine. The exact same engine. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. On to next game. All right. So, what a difference. So I do distinctly remember, though, like in the beginning when Lost Origin came out, I was like very skeptical of the Lost Origin, and I don't think my skepticism was unwarranted. Like, this generally comes down to the fact that you need to run a little bit hotter than I usually run for the engine to work, right? The engine is obviously very good and very powerful, but if you compare how I run as opposed to other people, that's where you can start seeing the big difference, I think, in just raw power, raw strength of what this deck can do versus how I end up drawing. And that's exactly what we saw in the previous game, right? The 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 previous game, it was literally the exact same engine, just one person hand picking their starting hand and cards, and the other just completely whipping every single time, every single possible resource that they could have gotten. Yeah. And that's why I don't get 5 day 2 streaks back to back to back, or like, I don't know. It happens in real life too, and it's very frustrating. It's completely happened at my last 2 regionals. Like, my losses come down to I get Marnied, 4 unplayable cards, top deck another unplayable card. I lose a couple of turns until I top deck, and I'm out of the game. Yeah, it's not anything else other than that. So it's tough, yeah. And then you get to see all the mistakes on stream, which I make mistakes as well, right? I don't play perfectly at all. I'm not saying that, but I don't make them as often. Like, you see questionable play from top players on stream all the time, and you hear about the cheating stories, and like I start to ask myself, like, is that the reason why I can't get a consistent line of results? Yeah, the previous game those sort of things definitely get to me. Absolutely, they get to me. Oh well. All right, so focusing on this game. That rant, I apologize. DEOXYS VSTAR, Westworld on VMAX. That discard probably signifies that they do play 3 Westworld on VMAXs. We do get Marnied out of the Colress and Luminion. We didn't find a Battle VIP pass this time. Right, and clearly I cannot threaten the Arceus this turn, but that quick ball does ensure that I can attack with Cramorant this turn, which is pretty nice. So, switch here. Start selecting. Don't think I'll need boss this game, and I do play 3 in this particular list. Then I'm gonna go quick pull away the energy. Having the Cramorant. Should I grab Luminion? I don't think I should. I'm at 4 cards. The energy, attach, retreat. And that 110 is good enough, right? If I can find the DEOXYS VSTAR next turn powered up, then I can hopefully knock out the Arceus, damage a little bit on the bench, tank a hit, and then use my VSTAR to eliminate the Duraludon VMAX. So, solid plan. Yeah, solid plan. The issue is my deck is 35 cards. I have 3 unplayable cards in my hand, basically. Like, they are part of the combo that I do need, but it's questionable. I appreciate the Marnie. I say that before I see the cards of the Marnie, right? They could just be completely, well, there we go. When I say I appreciate the Marnie, I mean, like, oh, I get access to brand new cards, which hopefully gets me closer to the cards I need. Clearly, I live in fantasy land where Marnie is ever useful. Oh well. I mean, we were going to see these cards off of the flower selecting, so we were definitely not doing anything next turn. So, on paper, this got us closer to a Colress, so glass half full. Well, oh my. We need a lot though. We need a lot. And one of our outs, which is the Crash Gate, is at the bottom of the deck. Right, so we do see the Starburst. I mean, if you have a draw supporter already, I guess you grab both VMAXs. It'd be really nice to knock out the Arceus, but I'm not thinking it's gonna be likely here. Yep, there's a Duraludon VMAX as expected. There's the KO. Only one Duraludon though, not both. Alright. So I need really good flower selecting here. That's not a good. Okay. I somehow had all my battle VIP buttons. Come on. No. I mean, and it's like, sure, I could evolve an VSTAR and take it. And take a KO, but sure, deck. The next, so before the Marnie, the next 10 cards, right? No, the next 11 cards. I got 4 of Marnie in my top deck, and I looked at 6 more cards. So the next 11 cards were all completely useless. They contained 3 Battle VIP passes and 0 Colress Experiment, 0 Quick Balls, 0 Luminion. What do you even do? What do you even do? Okay. This is sort of best case scenario. I also chose not to evolve on purpose to not reveal the VSTAR. Because now, I mean, I'm at 7 cards. So now all I need is a Mirage Gate to knock out this Duraludon VMAX if my math doesn't fail me. There we go. Jeez. G Louise. 6 times 6 is 36, right? Would have been so good to KO this Arceus last turn though. So good. Alright, and another issue will be just powering up. No, that will be an issue. Powering up another attacker. Well, even finding another attacker seems like it's not gonna be easy. Sure. And sure. And Star Force is a knockout, right? Yes, 360 exactly. They have 360. My math did not fail me. I had knocked out the Arceus and then knocked out this before they attached more energies. They wouldn't be able to power up with this attack, and we would be in a really good spot. The fact that we are so far behind is just not ideal. That boss is actually very useful though. My play, if they do evolve, my play could just be boss. Otherwise it's gonna come down to them using boss. And I've lost my Roxanne, so They have the balls, they have it. Nothing I can do about it. Big Parasol does not stop the bench damage. We took it morning out of all the good cards in my hand. They didn't use a training card before the Marnie, so they didn't get an extra energy shuffled that way. Alright. I have boss, but now I don't have 2 attackers. So, I mean, Escape Rope does help with that. The issue is they haven't evolved. So maybe they just don't have a Dralaton VMAX. $90. Wow, they get a perfect with Dralaton with 2 metal and even. Yep. Yep. Okay. So let's go Escape Rope. Sure, I'll grab you. And then I was really hoping to avoid playing you. But here we are. Come on, why can't I find a DEOXYS? Oh my god. Come on. Why can't I find a stupid DEOXYS now? Oh my. Here's the DEOXYS, which I can power up. And it does have this psychic attack. Does that ever matter? I don't think it does, actually. I think I just need a brand new DEOXYS after this one goes down. And I would have needed a Roxanne, but oh well. Yeah, it's what? 30 plus 30, so 150 minus 30, 120. Really doesn't. Yeah. Even the escape rope might have been big. I don't even know. I mean, this makes sure that they don't double. It comes down to them having boss. It literally comes down to that. 60, but on the bench, yeah, they still reduce the damage. Yeah, it comes down to them having boss, literally. And I'm guessing they have it. Because they always do. So yeah, I mean, this deck, like, the Lost Engine will let you power up anything, right? The issue is the attacks of it are just so underwhelming. So underwhelming. And that took away my energy access, so now I can't even attack anymore. There was a way to put 3 damage counters on the Duraludon. No, I can't. Oh, I'm 1 card off. I could put 3 damage counters on the Duraludon and then go boss. Oh, I'm missing the Scoop Up Net. Because that was my choice between the Scoop Up Net and the the choice between the Scoop Up Net and the Quick Ball. Needed the Quick Ball, absolutely. Alright, I also don't think Yeah, it's boss or no boss. That's basically that. There's literally nothing else. And the 6-7 was priced anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Sure. 6-7 was priced. Oh hey, there was a universe where I could have won using boss, 3 damage counters on the Dralton, like 6-7 Scoop-O-Net, but obviously I don't have the Scoop-O-Net. Do you have the boss? Are you slow rolling me? All right. This card, just like its VMAX counterpart, has nothing on Zorak, nothing on Gudra, nothing on on Palkia, nothing on Arceus, nothing on Giratina. So there's absolutely zero reason to play this card. The V-Star attack is cool. If you want that attack, just tech Starmie into your deck. Like Giratina can play Starmie V, Palkia can play Starmie V, so even Gudra can play Starmie V if you need that sort of attack. And you have Melanie to power up, or the Dimrash Gate. So DEOXYS VSTAR, forget about it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Close-ish game, but had a chance, but I fell too far behind because my hands and my deck sucks. Anyways, until next time.